Alright, the noisy shitheads who are carrying on in the street are gone, so I can come out here now and make a video. So I vacuumed it out. It's about time, eh? Alright, so the problem that we're having with the AC coupled microinverters is I need to validate whether or not they're actually shutting down on frequency. Right now, I didn't believe that they would, but it looked like yesterday afternoon they were. So we've currently got the Caravan as a slave to the microgrid that's hosted in our shed, and the frequency was going up and they were turning off. The problem is that this meter is periodically being disconnected, mostly because we've got USB extended over RJ45. Now, what should have been obvious to us straight away is that we could just go RS485 straight over this cable. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got an RJ45 pass-through that I can use, so I don't have to cut this cable. I'll use this pass-through here, and the patch lead that's in there. In fact, I've got a meter patch lead. I'll snip it in half. We'll identify one pair and a single wire to run the RS485 transmit receive. So transmits plus. Oh, for the love of God! Who the fuck is that? This is going to be real difficult for me because I can't actually record because YouTube's copyright will get me for the music playing in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this in real short intervals, and I'm going to have to play some other music over the top because I want to get this done this weekend. I'm going to snip the RJ45 patch lead I got from the shop. It's a 1 meter one, so I'll cut it, use one pair for the transmit receive and one extra wire for the ground. And I'll do the same thing with a pass through at the other side. That'll get the RS485 into the actual overhead. Me and the boys were having a few beers here last night. I'll fucking get rid of these bottles, I think. That'll get the that'll get the RS485 here. And then I can just go straight into the RS485 USB adapter, and hopefully that'll make that link more reliable. So I'm going to shut the van down, kill the power. Probably it's going to upset the battery meters again, but it is what it is. So we're rocking along at the moment, although we're not using the AC coupled solar. I was hoping to do that today. I've got plenty of capacity in there that I'd like to charge with. So alright, I'm going to go and shut down the inverter and get started on it. Right, so that's the inside of the box, and we're about to clean that up. So I've got no AC sources in, the inverter is turned off. We're going to shut off the battery, then I can start pulling this stuff out. I double-sided taped it in there with some very high bond tape or VHB tape, if you want to, you know, go with that sort of naming. And I've got, these are my wires, so I'm going to follow the same colour scheme I've already followed, and that's going to pass straight into the pass-through. I opted for the two blue wires to be the TX and RX because they're the same no matter what Ethernet standard. They're in the center, so as long as you use the pair that's in the middle, they should pass all the way through. I can't see any issues with that. There's only like two wires that swap anyway, so I think that'll be okay. Should be easily repeatable. So anyway, I'll rip into that now. I'm going to take back these excess wires because I don't want to accidentally have any AC getting sent down the Ethernet cable. I think that would be bad. I'll not going to touch any of the AC side in this because yeah, well, it's not necessary, but also I wouldn't do that without the Sparky. Alright, that's not a good sound, but that's because everything's isolated. We're direct powered at the moment off the solar, which is what's keeping everything up and running. Blue and white pair with the brown wire through the pass through. I'll figure out how I'm going to make this look neat. I'm going to end up having to put a box in the back of here, I think. That little 8-way that I bought might go in here, I reckon. The 8-pole distribution box, because I've got to neaten this up somehow. Anyway, I'm going to go and turn the inverter back on and isolate the battery, and then I've got to enable AC in 1 to get AC out 2 to turn on, because I haven't fixed that yet. Right, all neatened up in here. I've got to do the cooling fan, but I'm probably not going to deal with that until after I print the fan mount. So yeah, pop that cover on. I've got some fucking other cabling in here and whatnot, but here's what it is, man. I'll get to it eventually. Inverter's on. Hopefully it recognises the mains shortly, and then we'll get AC out. We'll know because the light will come on there, and we'll see if that's fixed our meter issue. So I'm just waiting for the Victron system to restart. Someone commented, I'll pop his comment up here. Appreciate the comments too, by the way, guys. Any engagement, even including dislikes on the channel, actually, oops, we're back up, is actually helpful. But his comment was around the Shelleys. That yeah, you could use a Shelley to meter in the data, oh sorry, the energy from the PV stuff. But Shelleys are sort of reliant on Wi-Fi, and I'm trying to avoid that. Like I don't, because this is AC powered, right? Like I intend to replace this with a Unify's got like a mobile router that you can replace it with. So I intend to replace this with a mobile router, which will be DC powered. But I don't want like the Shelley to lock up and then there to be an excess of energy and for the servo controller not to be aware of it, right? So I'm opting for as much stuff, what do you call it, like directly attached to the servo controller as I can get. So this is a bit of a worry because it doesn't look like that meter's showing up. Let's have a look. Come on, why is the menu not working? There it goes. Oh, I hate that screen. I think I say that every single time without fail. I just heard some clicking. Don't know what the clicking was. Yeah, I'm not seeing the energy meter. What we're going to go out and check and see if actually AC out 2 is enabled or not, because that will be the kicker. So it's still configured. It's not showing up in the device list. So it's either this is not being acknowledged. I've got a spare USB port directly. Let's do that, eh? Pop that out of there. I don't know if it actually... Does that make it show up as a separate device? It might do. I don't know if I'm covering up my microphone or not, so I'm sorry if I am. No, it's not there. Alright, we'll go and check and see if the AC out 2 is actually enabled or not. I was really hoping that music would have stopped so I can finish this video. Yeah, it is. So something is not quite right. The thing is it in the USB end or is it at this end? Since the USB end is easier and doesn't require me to restart, I'll start by re-terminating that end. Or maybe I'll even flip the... Let's flip the pairs, eh? Don't know if that's actually on or not. I could probably SSH in and try and figure it out. Brown is ground, which is what we're expecting. Although I did nip the corner of that ground, didn't I? Let me flip these over and see if I've got them backwards. Somehow messed it up while I was quickly changing it over. I'll be back in a shake. So I flip those around. Nothing is showing up in the menu. That's a bugger. I'll try restarting it. I probably have to accept that it's at the other end, eh? Reboot. Let's restart it and see what happens. I might need to redetect after I moved USB ports too, so I'm not sure if that's a contributor. Oh, I'll be back shortly. Alright, unfortunately I'm going to have to shut it down and go and check the wiring at the other end. I don't know if I accidentally caught some of the insulation underneath the terminal when I was plugging it in, I'm not sure. But the meter's not showing up, so I'll shut the van down again and we'll try again. I mean, what do we got there? 4, 5 and 6. I'll have to go and check the terminals on my phone, but brown's the ground, so that should be working. I could probably double up on the cables. Let's have a look here, hang on. Yeah, so blue and blue-white are in the middle. They should be. I didn't actually check the cable standard before I did this, but yeah, blue and blue-white are in the middle. I've already tried swapping them at the other end, so I don't think it's a pole polarity thing. Let's have a look. Let's turn it back on and see what happens, eh? That one goes forward. Alright. Come on. Don't be so stubborn. There we are. Alright. I mean, the other thing I can do is change to a different pair, see if a different pair gets the signal through or not. Success. So it was just one of these terminals here. What I'll probably do is I'll get rid of this. I'll just go and buy a DB9, solder the connector straight through it. But I've got 5 more wires here I could use, which I'm probably going to use for a VE Direct. So, happy days. Where are we at? PV inverter on output. Let's fix that problem. So now it's time to move to the next one. What I'll do is I'll monitor this through VRM and see if the PV output on this system slows down, and I'll align it with the frequency. Right. So the Quattro in the shed is currently setting the grid frequency, which these things are obeying. Now, if I can get some confirmation that, I mean, the house has got way more than enough load for it to absorb that 430 watts. So I'm not hugely concerned about the safety aspect at this point, provided this grid connection's there. So if that grid connection went away, AC out, open circuits, and there's no power there anyway. Ooh, oh, shade coming. So yeah, I'm going to monitor it for the next couple of days and try and determine whether or not I'm chasing, like, am I just wasting my time looking at you trying to use AC2, AC out 2, or should I put this on AC out 1 and just use the meter? If that's the case, it would simplify things a lot, and I'd prefer to do that. But I've got to first validate it, so I'll watch it. I'll wait till the battery's charged anyway. It says it's charged, but that's not really charged in my opinion. 53.3. That should be at like 56, I think. But anyway, neither here nor there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate the guys commenting, people who are liking the videos. Any engagement helps. Even the people who dislike it, or if you don't agree with what we're doing, throw a comment down the bottom, and I will respond to it. Excellent. Thanks, guys.